Tesla just had its earnings calls tonight. Let's take a look at what's happening post-market to the stock price. And then we are going to take a look at the stock market indices, how they did today. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Tesla today, before the earnings, was already down $3.63, 0.82% down, closed at $438.97. Post-market, after the earnings, we are down 16 additionally. So we could be opening tomorrow at 422.75. So it would be down a further 3.7%. Let's take a look at what these numbers means in terms of our patterns that are at play. Tesla is still into its big bullish channel. This is still true. Tesla before earnings was still into its smaller bullish channel right here. With today's candle, we went a little bit lower, went almost as low as 426.47, and then came back up above our bullish channel diagonal support right here. We still have the bullish channel, the smaller bullish channel, completely intact today. We started losing 440.13, which was our trigger to buy. So depending on where you put your stop loss, then you could have been out. This was not too bad because we were still in our bullish channel. So now after earnings at 422.70 is right here. So we could be opening right here tomorrow. So this would mean that we would not be into our bullish channel anymore. The bullish channel, the small bullish channel would be over. It would be gone. But the larger channel would still be good. It would still be good. At 422.60 right now, we would still be above 420.46, which is an important number because we have been staying above that number for a significantly long time right here. So it would mean that we would still be into our congestion zone, the bottom being 420.46 and the top being 452.91. So we would just be at the bottom of the support. So if this support holds, that would mean that maybe it would give us a nice opportunity to get back into Tesla if it holds, and if we start seeing a little bit of a move up also. Let's take a quick look at those earnings. Total automotive revenues, we are at 21 billion compared to 16 billion, so that's a nice increase. Energy generation, 3.4 billion compared to 2.7 last quarter, that's a nice increase. Services and other revenues, approximately 400 million. That's a nice increase also. And year over year, everything is increasing. In terms of total revenues, we are at 28 billion versus 22 last quarter. Gross profit, 5 billion compared to 3.8. Gross margin, 18% instead of 17%. So far, this is looking pretty good. Then operating expenses, 3.4 billion instead of 2.9, increasing a little bit. Income from operation, 1.6. Operating margin, 5.8% instead of 4.4. It's still lower than the 10.8% that we had in Q3 of 2024. EBITDA, 4.2 compared to 3.4. The margin pretty much the same at 15%. Net income attributable to common stockholders, the gap 1.3 billion instead of 1.1. So far, this is not looking too bad. Net income attributable to common stockholders, 1.7 instead of 1.3. This is where things did not go as well. EPS attributable to common stockholders, so earnings per share, 39 cents. And non-GAAP was 0.5 cents, and this is where things did not go as planned because the estimate was for Tesla to do 55 cents a share, and it has reported 50 as we have seen, so that's a negative surprise of 10%. This was not a good surprise, and this is what happened. If we continue, net cash provided by operating activities, 6.2 compared to 2.5, capital expenditure a little bit less. Free cash flow, 3.9 instead of 146 million. And cash, Tesla is at 41 billion instead of 36. It's just the analyst expectations that were maybe a little bit too high. Revenue increased 12% year over year. And revenue was impacted by the following items. Increase in vehicle deliveries, we knew that. Growth in energy generation and storage, we knew that. Growth in services and other, fine. Lower regulatory credit revenue. This has been decreasing for a few quarters. Lower one-time FSD revenue recognition year over year due to Q3 24 releases related to Cybertruck and certain features such as actually Smart Summon. Not too sure about that. And profitability, increase in operating expenses. So operating expenses were higher as we have seen AI, R&D, SG&A. Tesla has mentioned that they are offering stocks for the AI team. They don't want to lose their AI team. It's easy to have them get poached by other companies like Meta and everything. Tesla is offering a little bit more stock options to those people so that they stay with the company. So this has in part led to some of those expenses. Increase in SBC, restructuring and other charges, lower regulatory credit revenue, lower one-time FSD recognition year over year as described above, higher average cost per vehicle due to lower fixed cost absorption for certain models. Increase in tariffs, sales mix, partially offset by lower raw material costs. The profitability was helped by energy generation, increase in vehicle deliveries, and blah, blah, blah. If we take a look at the total production, we are at 447,000 cars compared to 410 last quarter. And the Model 3 deliveries 481 compared to 373. That's a big change. The Model S and X 15 compared to 10,000. So, everything is pretty much increasing. In terms of inventory, they are at a 10-day low. So most likely due to the EV tax credit that ended September 30th. So a lot of cars were sold through. It makes sense that the inventory is quite low now. It's going to be a different thing for Q4 because the EV tax credit won't be there. So they might sell less cars. So the inventory might climb up a little bit. Storage deployed 12.5. Tesla locations increasing, mobile fleet, supercharger stations increasing, supercharger connectors 73,000. So everything is increasing. So yeah, that's what's happening. Those analysts had set a number and the number has not been reached. So right now we are at 420.70. We need to hold 420.46, so we are right on the verge. So what is going to happen tomorrow if we don't hold 420.46? Where should we be going? If you've been watching this channel a little bit, you know that when we have a bullish channel, we tend to go from one side to the other. The support side, the resistance side, the support side, the resistance side. So what else is there for us to look forward to? The support side. So the support side would mean this line right here. But this is an increasing line. The line is increasing. So that's the good thing. So Tesla as a whole is still going higher. On average, this is the average right here. On average, Tesla has been going higher. So in March of this year, we were at 238 and right now we are at 430. So overall, the stock is still trending. So if you are a trend-aware investor, you should keep your long-term Tesla stock because the trend has not been broken. We have mentioned this summer that while we are into this big bullish trend, this is the bigger trend, while we are on that trend, there is no need to sell. At some point, we were scared a little bit that maybe we were going to get lower than 295. So we advised to watch that 295 number, but it never happened. And Tesla has been continuing ever since. So if you are a long-term investor, you can stay in it. There's no problem. But if you are more of a short-term trader, if we lose 420.46, where is that support going to take us? It's going to take us right here. So we are talking maybe 384. We have a horizontal support right here. It's possible that we go smack and break this downward resistance right here, which should be acting as support. So we could be going down to 372. And if this bearish channel acts as support, then maybe we could be holding. There's a little bit of support at 410. And this line right here could be cushioning the fall a little bit. If it does not cushion the fall, it might take a few days, but we could be reaching 380. So 372, 380 if we fall pretty much right through everything that we have. So at that point, what we will need to watch is, are we bouncing on it? We have been bouncing here. If we bounce, then this will give us a nice opportunity to get back into Tesla, maybe at 390, maybe at 400 for the next swing, which would take us to the upper band, upper resistance of that channel. And of course, let's not forget, we have the all-time high right here. All-time high at 484. So we could be stopping at the all-time high a little bit because the stock might be shy. If we break that all-time high, then we are going to reach that bullish channel resistance. And then we are talking about 540. So I think that 540 is reachable eventually. And this all hinges with 420.46. Are we going to hold it? If we don't hold it, we are coming back here, and then eventually we are going to go higher. If we hold 420.46, then we are effectively into this congestion zone, and maybe at some point we are going to want to break 452 again, and then reach the same numbers that I mentioned. So maybe there is going to be a little bit of a dip before we go higher. Tesla is a great company. It's doing great. So eventually it's going to go back up. The only question that needs to be answered is, are we going to break 420.46 or not? Let's take a look at the rest of the market. So VIX a little bit higher today, 1859. We had a nice pullback recently. I cannot help but see that we are right back on this bullish channel support for the VIX. This is the trend, and we never went outside of the trend. And now we seem to be climbing back into that trend. So let's hope that we get free of that support right here. We need to get free of it so that the stock market can breathe a little bit better. Because today was not the best day. Dow Jones had a little bit of a pullback, cannot break above 47,039. SPX, the same thing, cannot break it, came back down quite low, but then recuperated a little bit and is back on support, so that's not too bad. QQQ, the same thing, caving into resistance. Nasdaq, the same thing, caving in pretty much at the same place. Russell also caving in. Let's take a look at gold and silver. Gold is recuperating a little bit after the big drop, but look at this. It's right back on its bullish channel trend, so it's right back on trend. So there is a possibility that we just continue higher from this point right here. Silver, the same thing. Big drop, but right smack on support, so we should be continuing a little bit higher if support holds. Bitcoin, we had been doing pretty good for the past couple of days, but now things are reversing a little bit. We are still into this downtrend. We broke it yesterday. During the day, we thought that this would be it, but we closed back in. So again, this is telling us that we need to wait for complete candles in order to make a conclusion, unless we play on a different time frame. If we play on the 1 hour chart, it was perfectly legal to get in right here on the 1 hour chart, but with a type stop loss in case we turned around, which we did. But on the daily chart, there was never a trade because there was never stochastic over 60, never our reversal indicator that turned bullish. We have support at 106,500. 106,500. Let's hope that we can stay above that number. Ethereum also a little bit of a down day, but the market is still open. Ethereum seems like it wants to stay above 3,819. We are just a little bit below right now, but this was an earlier support. If we lose that support, we still have a bit of support at 36.55 before going to 33.53. So let's see what is going to happen. And of course, BMNR got a little bit hammered also today, down by 7%. Next support we have is at 47.38. Let's hope that it keeps that number. Yeah, not the best day for Tesla so far. So we are going to see tomorrow. What is the number you need to check for tomorrow? 420.46. We need to check that out. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.